Far out. I mean, thinking about what I'm going to say about this game, because, I was there. I love my team. But I'm going to start off with a positive note, because all weekend it's all been negative about the Houston thing. It's all negative. So I'm going to start with something positive. Look, if you're a Port supporter right now, right, you have to be happy of what Ken Hinkley's done. You're right. Yes, he got booed a few weeks ago, over there, but you got to remember, this guy's gone. He's top 4 last year, top 4 this year. All right. If we lose against Freo, we're still top 4. All right. 2022 was a blip, but 2021 top 4, 2020 top 4. He's getting top 4s. All right. He hasn't made a grand final yet. I understand that, and people are upset. And I understand about the long tenure. 12 years is a long time to not make a grand final, but he gets us in there. He gets us in there. So we got to be happy. It's amazing what he's done. Congratulations, Ken Hinkley, Port Adelaide, for getting there. A lot of people doubted us this year, and we proved them wrong. We're there. We're at top 4. It's up to you boys now what you do with it. So I'm a proud supporter. Did I want Hinkley gone? Look, there's always room for a new change to come through. 12 years is a long time. But if he's getting us to top 4s every year, if he can get us to this year to a flag, mate, stay for another 10. I don't care. I'm just saying, there's a lot of haters out there, and I understand the hate. I get why they don't like him, but you got to give him credit, guys. You got to give him credit for what he's done this year. So, congratulations, Port Adelaide. What a game it was! What a game! I was nervous all week, guys. I was nervous. When I say nervous, I was just thinking about this game all week. I couldn't get it out of my mind. It was one of those games I just couldn't wait till it was over, because I was just, it was just so anxious the whole week. And I'm so glad it's over now. But yeah, going to the game, it was packed. 52,000 people. I can't remember going to a more packed game. I think there's been more at a ShowDown, but not at a Port one. Well, I can't remember it being that packed at the ShowDown. Normally get 45, but to get 52,000 there, it was jam-packed. It was awesome. The atmosphere was electric. The game itself was a great game. It was a hard game. It was a hard, tough game, and it could have got in that first quarter. It was up and down. There wasn't a clear favourite there, and then the second quarter, the Crows got a bit on top. Third quarter came. I could see us just getting better and better, and then we caught up to them. I think we were 10 points down at halftime. Third quarter we came. And we got in front. I know the Houston. I'm going to talk about the Houston bump in a sec. And then the fourth quarter we just ran away with it. Now, quick mentions. I thought Butters was amazing. I thought he was best on ground. Thoroughly deserved the ShowDown medal. Horn Francis was good. I thought our backline was really good. I thought they, to limit them to 58 points, it's working. Taking Radaglia out of that forward line has worked. Out of that back line has worked. Put him in the forward line. I said it before. I've said it for ages. Great work, Port Adelaide, doing that. Zerk Thatcher plays better. Aaliyah plays better, and then you got your other players in there which play really good. So no. Defense is fantastic at the moment. I can't fault them. Forward line, look, we do miss Georgiadis in there. We do, and hopefully he comes back this week. But the forward line did struggle a little bit to put a score on, and we did miss a few shots. So, but it was a pressure game, so I understand that it's one of those things that happens in those pressure games. So it was like finals. It was like finals atmosphere there. I'm going to say first of all, Rochelle, suck shit. You spineless piece of shit. That's what you are, Rochelle. And I'm so glad that they booed you off, because that's what you are. And to do the teeth thing, because, mate, come to my bay, and you come around my bay, all the Port supporters, we all got our teeth, mate. All our teeth, all right? Now, who cares if we don't have teeth anyway? My grandfather didn't have teeth. He was the biggest legend there was. So we don't give a shit what you think, mate. And plus, have you seen your supporters? They haven't got teeth either, mate. There was a picture of one that didn't have teeth. You malaka. Biggest dick head going around. Look, I like the banter, but when you go for the supporters, it's a bit too far. Keep it real, man. All right? Maybe back it up. because you did nothing, mate. What'd you do? Mate, I got more teeth than your disposals and your stupid goal. Mate, all right.
He's not
So,
happy.
yeah. No, man, I can't. Mate, I've never seen a player be booed like the way he was booed that night. All right? All right, let's get to Houston. Far out. I was sitting there watching this hit. Man, it was a big hit. Have you ever seen, what's his name in WWE? Bradshaw, when he does a clothesline? It was like that kind of impact, man. It was like Bradshaw's clothesline. But it wasn't a clothesline, obviously. But the impact was, it was a big hit. Houston, it was a big hit. Unfortunately, today's law, look, he's going to miss weeks. He's going to miss weeks. He's going to miss weeks. Well, look, they graded it, the AFL MRO graded it careless, not intentional, so he could only get 3 to 4 weeks. If he gets 3 weeks, listen, if he gets 3 weeks, right, then he can play in the grand final. They rated it careless. Now, if you go look at the chart, that's what it is. Minimum 3 weeks. Minimum 3 weeks.
He knocked him out. He knocked him out.
It doesn't matter, dude. It wasn't intentional though. It wasn't intentional. That's what it was. That's what they think. That's what they said.
Was he knocked out before he hit the ground though?
I don't know. That's hard to tell.
No, it doesn't matter. He got knocked down, then he hit his head as well. He didn't play the rest of the game.
Man, I'm not saying.
Did him hitting his head on the ground knock him out, or was he out before he hit the ground? That's the difference.
After that bump, he looked.
Well, I've been playing it back in slow motion. I can't see a shoulder hitting his head. All I see is the shoulder hit his chest.
Hit the chest.
And then what happened was there was a whiplash effect. He might have been knocked out from the whiplash and then hit the ground, knocked out on the ground. So I don't know, but that's the way I saw it. If someone thinks he hit, like it's blurry to see, but it looks like it's hit his chest. Now, some people were saying
is the bump legal? Is the bump legal, Johnny Carlton?
I personally think, as I said, he didn't have eyes on the ball. He just went straight for the player, and as I said, you've seen results this year already happened. He's going to get more than 3 weeks. It has to be. The player didn't. He couldn't even get off the ground on his own 2 feet. He had to be stretched off. He was gone for like 2 minutes on the ground.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying that he's not going to get weeks. I'm not saying that. Like, I understand, like, if you can cuss a player now, like the rule is, you're going to get weeks. I totally accept that. What I'm saying is, if like people saying that he sniped him, I think that's bullshit. He didn't snipe him, and Ken Hinkley didn't go snipe Rankin. It was a split-second decision, and he decided to bump, which was probably the wrong thing, and he collected him. That was it, right? He's going to pay the price. Now, whether they called it careless or intentional is the big factor, but they've called it careless. The MRO has. Now, what the tribunal does, I don't know. They could give him weeks. To me, I reckon, I know Johnny disagrees with me, I reckon 3 to 4 weeks. That's what I get. Now, if he gets 4 weeks, it's over, right? If he gets 3, then he can play in the grand final. But I don't know what's going to happen. But I looked in the guys.
Houston does have a problem, as they're saying in the chat.
100%. Look, if he, I could see, man, he was so devastated. He did not mean that, man. He's not a thug. He has never been a thug before. All right, so he didn't mean it. He knew what he did wrong. You could see at the end of the game when he was walking off. He looked devastated, man. So. When people say, "Oh, yeah, Ken Hinkley went and told him to do that," what you think he's going to risk his finals chances to play off in potentially a grand final? He's not going to do that, man. It was a split-second decision. He decided to bump, which he shouldn't have, and it is what it is. So, but it was a big bump. He hit him hard, man. He hit him hard, and we'll see what happens.
I disagree with you, Chris. I personally disagree with you. I think it's minimum 4 weeks. Minimum. I think it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks. I think he could miss next year as well, the first 2 rounds. It's just, I don't know. Personally, as what I've seen this year with MRO, it's 4 to 6 weeks. The player didn't come back on the ground. He was stretched off. The
only reason I say it's minimum 3 because when it's careless, That's what happens. When it's intentional, that's a different story. Like
But it
goes
was
up.
intentional.
It wasn't, bro.
He didn't have eyes on the ball.
Dude, it was a split-second decision, man. It was a careless act. And that's what they graded it, man. They've graded it careless. How was it Look, he was running into him, bro. Like, how? It was a collision. He didn't hit his head. If you see the thing, he went underneath his shoulder. So the whiplash of the hit. Do you understand? That's what I think. Anyway, look, we could sit here and argue about this all day. But to me, to say it's a thug act, well, then you can say bloody Rankin's off the ball thing was a thug act a few weeks ago. You could say that, what's his name? The Beast. I thought he cut his beard, man.
Yeah, it looked like he shaved his beard off, but he didn't. So
yeah,
mate,
did you see what he did to Lockie Jones? He tunneled him, and the guy could have broke his neck, man. No one's talking about that, though. You know what I mean? So, and he went off injured as well, Lockie Jones. So, anyway, it is what it is. Now, before I go to the next thing, like the booing. These people, right? They're saying that the Port supporters were booing Rankin when he was going off. They weren't booing. Mate, I was clapping. All my bay was clapping, man. I don't know what you guys... Maybe there was some dickheads that were booing, but a lot of the boos that were heard were the Crow supporters booing Horn Francis for marking the ball. And the cheers were for that. It wasn't... Do you know what I mean? Like, people say shit that they don't understand. Now, there might have been a section that might have booed it, and they're dickheads. But I clapped. Everyone around me clapped him off. So, and every there's dickheads in every supporter base, man. I'm telling you now that every supporter base has them, and it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just letting you know. I'm just setting it straight that the majority of the Port supporters were clapping him off. That's what I'm telling you. All right, let's go. But yeah, happy that we won. We're locked into top 4. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm gonna be sad to see Houston not play with us for the foreseeable future. It's gonna suck not having him there. He's a good player, and it's hard to replace. We haven't really got anyone as good as him in that backline, so it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt come final. So, but look, we're top 2 at the moment. Can we keep top 2 is another question. So we'll see what they do this week. In the West, but the Crows, look, they threw the kitchen sink at us. They did everything they could to win as well. They played well in that first half, especially. I thought Zach Dawson was great. I thought he was a good player for them. And their forward line, I thought their forward line was pretty good in that. They looked pretty dangerous every time they went forward. So, and their back line.
Who's Zach Dawson?
Not Zach Dawson, Jordan Dawson.
Jordan Dawson, you Fruit Loop.
Jordan Dawson, sorry guys, I lost the plot. Anyway, it is what it is, guys. I'm happy it's over. We won. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. What's it called? 3 weeks. 3 games in a row. They killed us, and now we won. So I'm happy, man. So. And J. Crom, where are you, man? You're supposed to be wearing this, mate. You're supposed to be wearing this. I wore your stupid scarf for a whole week last week, so we've got to get him on to wear the Port scarf. So, all right, King of the North, give us your thoughts, man.
Well, you've wrapped it up pretty well. So I'll just say Horn Francis had a great game. Home Alone had a great game. Tried really hard. Boki, I've never seen... We were saying on the watch-along that we've never seen Boki so angry for the whole game. So he was up and about, so that was good to see. Go the pair, and hope they knock over Freo, and see Houston at Carlton next season.
Oh, get stuffed, man. Keep your hands off our Houston, all right? Keep your hands off, man. Oh, mate. Oh, did you hear? Yeah, someone saying in the chat that the mascot got punched out. Dude, he got a Crow supporter punched him in the face. So, blood knows. Mate, you know how many fights? There was normally I go to the game with my kids and that, and it's really easy. Like, there's no problems. I went to this game and there was fights everywhere. Like, just It was just nuts. The whole crowd was just crazy, man. It was just a crazy night. Johnny Carlton.
Wow. What a turn of events. What a game. As I said, what a game. Yeah, look, entertaining Saturday night, that's for sure. It was a good game. So wait 1 second. Yeah, no, look, as I said, I thought Adelaide, they have nothing left, right? They're done for. And last week against the Bulldogs, they played really good football. So they rolled the dice, you know. It was a tricky game for Port Adelaide. They needed to win to guarantee a top 4 spot, the Power. So, look, showdown. It's like a Carlton-Collingwood rivalry. It's always heated. You could tell the first 5 minutes players were getting into each other. So, as I said, yeah, but, mate, Houston ran into Rankin. It was just prime time, mate. It was prime time football to watch. So, wait 1 second, guys. 1 second.
Before you keep going, do you guys reckon the showdown should have its own primetime slot? Because there's so much drama. Like, you know, you've got it on with Geelong and St Kilda. I think Geelong St Kilda was playing when it was playing.
Yeah.
Got so much. Yeah. It's got so much drama. Like, it's sort of like the Collingwood Carlton, but of Adelaide. You know what I mean? So, like, it needs.
I think it should be as well.
Yeah, that's what I reckon. So,
all
right, sorry, man. I just wanted to say that. So,
as I said, but anyways, 1 second, guys.
Someone keeps calling you, man. Is it Houston?
Yeah,
it better not be Houston. It better not be Houston.
Dan Houston, mate. Dan Houston coming Carlton.
Oh,
but yeah,
no.
as I said, look, as I said, primetime football, it should have been there. Both games were happening. But as I said, yeah, look. Just 1 second.
Just take the call, man. Don't worry, I can cut this. It's all good. Take the call.
No,
it's all good.
All right.
All good.
He's lost his train. He's lost his train of thought.
Yeah, I don't know. Off topic. But as I said, 1 second, guys. Sorry.
Johnny Carlton
He's
not giving up, man. He's being touted.
Yeah.
I don't reckon GWS versus Sydney deserves prime time. It's boring, that game. Yeah, probably Dino. I reckon that's true. But the showdown is just always on, man. Like 9 times out of 10, it's a cracker of a game.
But also the people in Melbourne don't care. Like Melbourne supporters of their teams don't care about Adelaide and Port Adelaide, to be honest. So it's like West Coast and Freo playing.
Yeah, I know that, but like it's a cracker of a game all the time. So like, it is. It gets
if you don't have a Melbourne team, if they don't put like 2 Melbourne teams on in Melbourne on Channel 7, then fair enough. But yeah, they'll always put a Melbourne game.
Sorry. As I said, yeah. No, look, as I said, both teams. Look, as I said, Adelaide wanted to ruin Port Adelaide's season. You know that both teams hate each other. You could obviously tell that on the ground, but yeah, as I said, what you guys said, I think it should be a primetime slot just for them. And yeah, as I said, Power got the win, and now we need Port to win as well for Carlton, Hawthorn, and Bulldogs fans as well this week. So there's a lot of people going for Port Adelaide this week. So as I said, good game, but yeah, Port Adelaide was just too good, and yeah, ever since that Houston hit, it just flicked. Port Adelaide just turned it on, and just So,
yeah.
Anyways,
well, it did kind of change the game. Like it kind of like, you know, it got the Crows off their game a little bit. I think Port still would have won. I just thought the way they were playing in that third quarter, we looked like we were coming, you know. So, but yeah, look, I want to just say, I don't condone anyone getting like. I don't want to see anyone get rubbed out of the game. It's terrible, and I hope Rankin is doing well, and you know he's recovering, man. Because yeah, it's not nice to see sometimes, you know. So anyway, that is it. Showdown, we won. Happy days. But yeah, if Dan Houston goes to Carlton, mate, I'll be so upset. I'll be upset. So please, Dan, if you're listening, do not go to Carlton. Don't give Johnny Carlton an excuse to cheer for you, all right?
I agree. I agree with Fix as well. Fix is saying that he'd like to see the showdown on Channel 7. I would
Yeah.
too, because like Port's my second team as well. But it's just like Channel 7 Melbourne they're so like Melbourne centric. So they will take a couple of Melbourne teams over a showdown in Adelaide, unfortunately.
Yeah, but like if you do it on a Friday night, like, have it on a Friday night.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If it's not up against another game, no worries
Yeah.
at all. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Always a cracker.